Well, hey there, folks. I'm Kimberly Dykeman here with David Cantu of Life Coach Austin. And hopefully you're going to absorb quite a few brilliant things that'll help you in your relationships and your life today, because you've got one of the leading life coach and relationship specialists here in Austin. And for folks that are just getting aware of coaching or finally engaging in getting some good noggin help, let's just say.
Right.
What's wonderful is they realize that this isn't talking about the past, dredging it all up, and that's probably a joy for you, not having to go through all the woulda, shoulda, couldas in life, right?
And that's exactly right. It's not about that. I do talk about the past sometimes, but that's not the focus. The focus is on what's going on in your life right now, and what can you do to create the kind of life that you would like to have, the kind of life that you've always envisioned for yourself.
So many folks seem focused on the past or the future, and they forget about that lobby that they're sitting in called their current reality. So
and it's an important lobby,
it is,
right?
Isn't it? So I would only guess that some of the biggest things that come up for folks are their purpose, like why are they here, what are they supposed to be doing, the person that they're probably supposed to spend the rest of their lives with, but most importantly is finding that peace of mind, that thing called happiness that we just run after like it's a butterfly we're trying to catch. I'm going to guess that's a big topic, right?
It is a big topic, and one of the interesting things about that, Kimberly, is that most often when people come to see me, that's not at the forefront of their minds. More often it's, gosh, this has been really tough the last year, the last 2 years, and these problems have got a hold of me, and they're gripping me, and I don't know what to do with them, and it really hurts. And unfortunately, real often, people have lost sight of that peacefulness and happiness that they can have because they're so consumed with the difficulties that are going on right now.
So this, I think I'd mentioned first time we met that one of my favorite quotes is by Eleanor Roosevelt, who said, "Happiness is not a goal, it is a byproduct." So how do you get people to understand that it's not leaping on finding this idea of happiness, like getting rid of all my problems tomorrow and being happy? How do you let them look at making that a byproduct of what they are really doing and what is great in their lives?
You know, it's a beautiful quote, and fundamentally what you're saying and what Eleanor Roosevelt was saying is not only don't get caught up with the past, don't get caught up so much with how it's supposed to be. And then you end up hanging on to that for dear life, like it's got to be good, it's got to be happy. And that becomes a distraction instead of focusing on what is going on in my life right now, what's my experience, or what am I feeling right now in my relationship with my partner, and what can I do right now to create the life that I want. So often there's a sense of hopelessness, and that can be really frustrating, and we don't get to experience the good parts that you're talking about when you are present and aware with life and with the people you're interacting with.
So what are some I guess little tokens of information that you give people that gets them to look at living happiness in their lives? Is it meditation? Is it writing a not to-do list? Is it having better conversations with our sweethearts? What are some things that you actually hand off to them as ideas?
Well, those things are great ideas. Having great conversations, communication, that's an important thing. Real often people understand that they have a difficulty in communicating, and there's a lot of anger and animosity sometimes in relationships, so that's a perfect one. Another one, stop doing some things. It's difficult sometimes to give up habits that we know are painful for us and make life difficult for us, but just to have the awareness to bring those changes. How can you live a moral life? That's an important thing. An inner awareness of what's going on within you, that's an important thing. That can be very, very helpful. to be able to look at yourself and know what you're experiencing emotionally, what caused that, what brought that about, and to be able to have a conversation with a partner or with friends about that. It's not an easy thing. That's one of the things that I do help people facilitate.
So essentially you're this catalyst that gets people to understand how to communicate better, how to have some better relationships, how to find their moral code perhaps, and really become self-aware. Probably some of these things that a lot of us can't figure out how to do on our own. So a coach is that perfect little catalyst.
And one of the reasons, I'd like to think so. It's difficult to see yourself. It's difficult to be aware, and that is what I help people do, individuals and couples. And I think the thing that makes it so difficult for us to be aware of ourselves is that we get so consumed in what the other person is doing, what the other person is saying to us, and how they're being hurtful, and we lose sight of what we're doing. Or the opposite, we get so consumed with what we're doing wrong that we're not able to see the relationship as it really is, or life as it really is.
Which points to you as that relationship specialist. So if people really want to get a handle on what happiness can be or looks like in their lives, have some better relationships, they can probably go to lifecoachaustin.com.
Yes.
And give it a shot. Engage a coach and see what is beyond the troubles of their lives, right?
It's a good start.
Sounds good.
Thank you.